If you're over 60 and you've noticed your arms getting thinner, your legs feeling weaker, or everyday tasks like standing up or climbing stairs becoming harder, this isn't just getting older. What you're experiencing may be muscle loss, and it's happening faster than most people realize. But here's the shocking part according to doctors and nutrition researchers. There are specific foods that can actually help slow, stop, and even reverse this process. And today, we're talking about 3 simple cheeses that may help your body rebuild muscle after 60. Now, this might surprise you because for years we've been told to avoid cheese. Too much fat, too much salt, not healthy enough. But modern research tells a very different story, especially for older adults. In fact, doctors are now saying that certain cheeses contain a powerful combination of protein, calcium, and muscle-preserving nutrients that aging bodies desperately need. Let's start with something important. After age 60, most adults lose muscle at a rate of about 1 to 2% per year. This condition is called sarcopenia. It doesn't just affect strength. It affects balance, energy, metabolism, and even independence. Muscle loss increases the risk of falls, fractures, insulin resistance, and long hospital stays. And once muscle is gone, it's much harder to rebuild. Here's the real problem. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein. Even if you eat the same amount you always have, your muscles don't respond the same way. This is called anabolic resistance. That means older adults need higher quality protein, not just more food. This is where cheese comes in. Certain cheeses are rich in a special amino acid called leucine. Leucine is the on switch for muscle building. It tells your muscles to wake up and start repairing and rebuilding. Many older adults simply don't get enough leucine in their daily diet, especially if they're eating smaller meals or avoiding animal foods. Cheese is also easy to chew, easy to digest, and easy to add to meals. That's important because appetite often decreases with age. You don't need large portions to get benefits. Just the right type eaten consistently. Doctors also point out that cheese contains calcium and vitamin D, which don't just support bones. Strong bones and strong muscles work together. When bones are weak, muscles weaken too. When muscles are weak, bones lose strength faster. Cheese helps support both at the same time. Now let's talk about the first cheese doctors often recommend for muscle preservation after 60. The first is cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is one of the most underrated muscle-building foods for older adults. It's packed with a slow-digesting protein called casein. Casein feeds your muscles gradually over several hours, which makes it especially powerful when eaten in the evening. Many doctors now suggest cottage cheese before bedtime for seniors because it helps reduce overnight muscle breakdown. 1 cup of cottage cheese can provide over 20 grams of high-quality protein along with a solid dose of leucine. It's also lower in fat and easier to digest than many other dairy products. For people who struggle with heavy meals, this is a huge advantage. Research shows that older adults who regularly consume casein-rich foods experience better muscle maintenance compared to those who rely only on plant proteins or low-protein diets. Cottage cheese also contains phosphorus and magnesium, which help muscles contract properly and reduce fatigue. If you're worried about sodium, choose low-sodium or no-salt-added versions. And if plain cottage cheese doesn't taste good to you, it can be mixed with berries, nuts, or even a drizzle of olive oil. The key is consistency, not perfection. Doctors emphasize that muscle rebuilding after 60 is not about extreme workouts or protein shakes. It's about sending your muscles the right signals every day. Cottage cheese does exactly that. But cottage cheese is just the beginning. There is another cheese that doctors say is even more powerful for activating muscle growth, especially when combined with light exercise or daily movement. This cheese is richer, more flavorful, and often overlooked because people assume it's too indulgent. In reality, it may be one of the most muscle-protective foods you can eat after 60. Let's talk about that next. That second cheese doctors often point to is Parmesan. Now, Parmesan might not be the first food you think of for muscle health, but nutrition experts consider it one of the most concentrated sources of muscle-supporting nutrients in the dairy world. Parmesan is a hard-aged cheese, and that aging process is what makes it so powerful. As cheese ages, its protein becomes more broken down and easier for the body to absorb. Parmesan is naturally rich in leucine, the key amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis. Gram for gram, Parmesan contains more protein and leucine than many softer cheeses. That means you don't need a large portion to get benefits. This is important for older adults because smaller, nutrient-dense portions are easier to manage. Just a few tablespoons of grated Parmesan added to vegetables, eggs, or soup can significantly increase the muscle-building signal in that meal. Doctors also highlight another benefit. Parmesan is high in calcium and phosphorus, two minerals essential for muscle contraction and nerve signaling. When these minerals are low, muscles fatigue faster and strength declines. Regular intake helps maintain proper muscle function and reduces the risk of cramps and weakness. Some studies suggest that aged cheeses like Parmesan may also be easier to digest for people with mild lactose sensitivity. During aging, much of the lactose is broken down, making it gentler on the gut compared to fresh milk. And there's another advantage most people don't realize. Parmesan contains natural bioactive peptides that may help reduce inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of sarcopenia. By calming inflammation, the body becomes more responsive to muscle-building signals. Doctors often recommend pairing Parmesan with movement. You don't need intense exercise. A short walk, light resistance bands, or simple chair exercises combined with a protein-rich meal can dramatically improve muscle response. Parmesan helps amplify that effect. But there is one more cheese doctors consistently recommend, and it may be the most balanced of all for seniors. It supports muscle growth, bone health, and even heart health when eaten in moderation. This third cheese is softer, easier to chew, and widely available. It's also been studied extensively in aging populations. This cheese is ricotta. Ricotta is a fresh cheese made from whey, and whey protein is known for its fast absorption. Unlike casein, which feeds muscles slowly, whey delivers amino acids quickly into the bloodstream. This makes ricotta ideal for daytime meals, especially breakfast or lunch. Ricotta provides a strong dose of leucine and essential amino acids that help repair muscle tissue after daily activity. For older adults, this quick protein delivery helps overcome anabolic resistance and encourages muscles to respond more effectively. Doctors also like ricotta because it's naturally lower in sodium than many other cheeses, making it a safer option for people managing blood pressure. It's soft, creamy, and easy to eat even for those with dental issues. Ricotta contains calcium, vitamin A, and zinc, all of which play roles in muscle repair and immune support. Zinc, in particular, helps with tissue healing and hormone function, both of which decline with age. One interesting finding from nutrition research is that older adults who spread their protein intake evenly across meals maintain more muscle than those who eat most of their protein at dinner. Ricotta makes this easy. Adding it to toast, oatmeal, or vegetables helps balance protein intake throughout the day. At this point, you might be wondering how much cheese is too much. Doctors are clear on this. Cheese should support your diet, not dominate it. Small, regular portions are far more effective than occasional large servings. The goal is not weight gain. The goal is muscle preservation and strength. And when eaten mindfully, these cheeses help your body do exactly that. But there is one final piece doctors emphasize that makes these cheeses work even better after 60. Without this, even the best foods won't give you full results. That's what we'll talk about next. That final piece doctors emphasize is timing and consistency. Many older adults eat enough calories but still lose muscle because their protein is poorly timed or unevenly distributed. Your muscles don't just need protein. They need repeated signals throughout the day to stay active. This is especially true after 60, when muscles become less responsive. Doctors often recommend including a source of high-quality protein at least 2 to 3 times per day. This is where cheese becomes so useful. Cottage cheese in the evening helps protect muscles overnight. Ricotta during the day supports muscle repair after movement. Parmesan added to meals strengthens the muscle-building signal without increasing portion size. Another key factor is pairing protein with gentle movement. You don't need a gym membership or heavy weights. Simple activities like standing up from a chair multiple times, slow walking, light stretching, or carrying groceries can activate muscle fibers. When muscles are activated, protein is used more effectively. Research shows that older adults who combine protein intake with light resistance movements experience significantly better muscle retention than those who focus on diet alone. Cheese provides the building blocks, but movement tells your body where to use them. Doctors also warn against one common mistake: skipping meals. Skipping breakfast or lunch leads to long gaps without protein, which accelerates muscle breakdown. Even a small protein-rich meal is better than none. A few spoonfuls of ricotta or cottage cheese can make a real difference. Hydration also matters. Muscles are mostly water, and dehydration reduces strength and endurance. Eating protein without enough fluids limits its effectiveness. Drinking water regularly helps nutrients reach muscle tissue more efficiently. Now let's address an important concern. Some people worry about cholesterol or heart health when eating cheese. Doctors explain that for most older adults, moderate cheese intake does not increase heart risk when part of a balanced diet. In fact, calcium-rich dairy has been associated with better metabolic health in aging populations. The key is portion control and choosing high-quality, minimally processed cheeses. What doctors find most encouraging is this: muscle loss after 60 is not inevitable. With the right nutrition, timing, and daily movement, many older adults can maintain strength well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond. These 3 cheeses are not miracle foods, but they are powerful tools. They provide protein that aging bodies can actually use. They support bones, reduce inflammation, and help preserve independence. When seniors regain strength, they often notice improved balance, better energy, and more confidence in daily life. Simple tasks feel easier. The fear of falling decreases. Quality of life improves. And it all starts with understanding what your body truly needs now, not what worked decades ago. So the next time you think about muscle loss as something you just have to accept, remember this: your muscles are listening. You just need to send them the right message consistently, day after day. If there's one message doctors want you to remember, it's this: muscle loss after 60 is not your destiny. Your body still has the ability to rebuild, repair, and stay strong when you give it the right support. Small choices made consistently can create powerful changes over time. Cottage cheese helps protect your muscles while you sleep. Parmesan strengthens every meal with concentrated muscle-building nutrients. Ricotta delivers fast, easy-to-use protein that supports daily movement and recovery. Together, these 3 cheeses give aging muscles exactly what they need to stay active and resilient. You don't need extreme diets, expensive supplements, or exhausting workouts. What matters most is steady nourishment, gentle movement, and listening to how your body responds. Strength after 60 isn't about pushing harder, it's about fueling smarter. So start small. Add one of these cheeses to your day. Pair it with simple movement. Stay consistent. And over time, you may notice more strength, better balance, and greater confidence in everyday life. Your muscles haven't given up on you, and with the right choices, you don't have to give up on them either.